It's the Tuesday edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. Hope you are enjoying a more typical November day today. Yesterday, of course, was warm. It was windy. We got into the 60s. We had wind gusts of 50 miles per hour. And today it's just breezy. And we had some sun earlier, but now it's actually pretty overcast in most spots. The last of the sun now down in southeastern Columbiana County. But for the rest of us, we're kind of sucked into the low overcast now, and that's put a stop to the temperature rise that we had earlier on. It's actually cooled off a degree or two early this afternoon. Here as we approach the 3 o'clock hour, 38 in Youngstown, 42 in Newcastle. Notice down in Pittsburgh, where they're still well into the sunshine, it's approaching 50 this afternoon. Throw up the wind chills real quick here because it's a bit of a factor. It's breezy. Feels like 27 locally, 34 Newcastle, and it feels like the upper 20s to around 30 back towards the Akron-Canton Regional Airport. Take a look at the rest of the country on this Thanksgiving Eve, if you will. If you're doing some traveling over the next couple of days, of course, the big story is going to be the snowstorm on the East Coast, and the beginnings of that are taking shape down here in Florida, heading over to the Gulf of Mexico. Some big storms around Orlando today, and rain extends up into Georgia as well. The beginnings of our storm taking shape down here. We can throw on the surface pressure analysis here, and as soon as that comes up, I'll show you where our center of, there it is, center of low pressure is this afternoon. It's kind of just off the coast of Florida, and this is going to take a ride north and east and strengthen as it gets out over the warm waters here of the southeastern Atlantic, and so we've got a big problem on our hands for the East Coast. So let's talk about the future a little bit. As I've been saying, this will not be a big deal for us locally, but if you are doing some traveling tomorrow, day before Thanksgiving, busiest travel day of the year traditionally, you're going to find some big headaches on the East Coast, and that could have kind of a ripple effect in a lot of airports across the country because major hubs here are getting slammed with the snow and the wind tomorrow, including Boston, New York City, Philadelphia. Here's a look at the precipitation tomorrow around midday. Now, this does not differentiate between the rain and the snow, but all of this back here will be snow. It's actually kind of interesting. The NAM model, which I'm showing here, it has trended so far to the west over the last couple of runs that the back edge of the snow might get awfully close to our viewing area. Now, I don't think this is going to amount to much, but I guess I wouldn't be totally shocked if the most westward solution ends up being right. I wouldn't totally be shocked if East Liverpool and Beaver and heading up towards Newcastle, New Wilmington, not New Wilmington, but maybe Elwood City, I should say. Wouldn't be shocked, and even southeastern Mercer County, wouldn't be shocked if there was a little bit of snow, but certainly the accumulating snow and the problems will be farther off to the east with this. And again, this is going to be a big ticket item for a lot of places out in the east. Here's a look at the, let's bring up the NAM. I want to show you the, let's bring up the snow depth here, see if this will give us a general idea how much snow is going to accumulate during the storm tomorrow. And heading into tomorrow night, yeah, there's going to be a bullseye of 6+ inches probably in the purple. And this could even extend a little farther south than it is, maybe back like this, and then up into parts of New England. For coastal areas such as New York City and Providence and Boston, this is rain for a while, and then probably a changeover to snow. But because it'll start as rain, it'll cut down on accumulations from roughly I-95 on east. But certainly once you're up into northwest Jersey, into the Poconos, and up into the Catskills and the Adirondacks, heading over into Massachusetts and into New Hampshire, Vermont. Big storm. And so, again, if you happen to be traveling east tomorrow, yikes, not a good idea. Leave as early as you possibly can because conditions will get worse, the farther into the day we get. And with all of these major hubs being affected, yeah, we're going to be dealing with some delays at a lot of airports. This little system coming through the Midwest, this is a little clipper system. I'm going to scoot down. Let me show you the sequence here. Scoot down out of the Midwest and bring some light snows to parts of Illinois and Iowa, et cetera, and even down maybe closer to the Ohio River eventually. But I don't think this will be a big deal for us. I think we'll see some flurries here on Thanksgiving, but it should not add up to a whole lot at all. Maybe a cosmetic coating up in the snow belts on Thanksgiving. Maybe there's an inch or two, but not a big lake effect event. Again, some of the modeling here bringing the accumulating snow very close to our area on the back side. Here's the European model. It has an inch as far west as roughly Wheeling and heading over towards Slippery Rock, but not into our viewing area. That's the European model. Here is the the NAM, which is the farthest west right now, bringing an inch worth of snow almost to East Liverpool. Certainly parts of Beaver County would get an inch or maybe even two worth of snow if the farthest west solution ends up being right. GFS, kind of a similar idea here. In fact, it even has an inch just about to East Liverpool with 2-3 inches closer to Pittsburgh. So, bottom line this for you, the farther south and east away from Youngstown you are, the heavier the snow is going to get. And in our specific viewing area, the WFMJ viewing area, I guess I can't totally rule out a coating, even a half an inch, outside chance of an inch, down towards East Liverpool, Calcutta, and then heading over towards Elwood City. But, the chances are pretty low, but I can't rule it out at this point that there's a little bit of accumulating snow with our East Coast storm that far back to the west. All right, here's Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Again, some lake effect flurries and snow showers around, cosmetic coatings, except in the snow belts where there could be an inch or two. Friday for early morning shoppers. Yeah, you're going to see a flurry or two around early in the day. Otherwise, a brisk and cold Black Friday. Get a little break from the snow showers in the afternoon. Then this next little clipper comes in late Friday afternoon into Friday evening. That may give us a cosmetic coating in some spots, it looks like at this point. And then a warm-up's coming for the weekend. Saturday, a pretty uneventful day. It clouds up again, and then it looks like a front may stall for a bit on Sunday with a chance for some showers around. Sunday's another busy travel day, Sunday after Thanksgiving. And no snow in the forecast this time. It'll be mild, and maybe there's a shower or two. Long range looks really good as far as temperatures. If you're not ready for the cold that we've had in November, this is the temperature outlook for the morning of the 30th, which is Sunday, taking us through the first week of December. In other words, next week, as a lot of us go back to work and school. Big area of above average temperatures east of the Rockies. All the cold air is bottled up here in northwestern parts of the U.S. and into western Canada. So this is a favorable warm pattern. I think we're going to be looking at some days in the 50s next week. I can't even rule out a 60 here and there early on next week. But certainly we're going to see 50 plus at least 1 or 2, maybe even 3 days during next week. So that's something to look forward to. Some pretty good weather to get up the holiday decorations next week. It will not be harshly cold like it has been at times during November. That's the Tuesday weather for Weather Geeks. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11. And be sure and check out Jess's forecast, you early risers, tomorrow morning on WFMJ Today.